Welcome to Kiss and Tell Magazine's podcast. I'm Dr. Jenny with my best friend
Hello,
Stephanie. We're
my
here
best
to talk
friend Jenny.
about we're here to talk about all the questions that were sent in uh, for the Q&A episode. So, what question did you like the best that you think we should start with, Stephanie?
What did I like the best? Um, well, I like to dispel some myths because a lot of people feel like, there's something wrong with them. I think that's a very common thing.
Yeah.
Um, and there was one that we had about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago where they were talking about sexual health and they people are under the assumption that because you turn a certain age that then it
Right.
just all just shuts down, you know,
Right.
and
Mhm.
that's not the case. So
Yeah, that's not the case. I mean, there's an ebb and flow, I mean, meaning different times in our lives,
yeah,
especially, females, when we have kids and we have a demanding job or some type of stress, that does impact, um,
yeah, but I mean
when,
physically our bodies
yeah,
are capable as long as you do the things that, meaning you can't drive a car forever if you don't, change the oil and do things, that you're supposed to do to it. So same with our bodies.
well, the
And
good
it'll run forever.
well, the good thing about us compared to a car is we're a lot more adaptable
That's
because
why you're a doctor
yeah,
and I'm not.
we're a lot more, we can, like I said, back to the ebb and flow. Yes, you can have sexual pleasure, from consenting age into the last day you're breathing. It's just it's a myth because
Mhm.
um, people don't want to talk about the older generation, people 55 and older, having sex, you
Well,
know.
first of all, we need to change that 55 and older because 55 is not the same 55 as it used to be.
Oh no, not
So,
at all.
yeah. I mean, it's more like, listen, senior citizen discount is not 2 years away here. There's no way in hell.
You
Even
can't
if I qualify, I'm not asking.
you can't see your discount 55.
Yeah.
I thought it was 65.
55, you can get discounts at the movie theater. You could live in a different facility, like, for, yeah, 55.
Oh,
That's,
I didn't know that.
well, I mean, that's considered senior not anymore, it's not
I
senior
thought right,
citizen.
I didn't know it was 55. I thought it was 65.
Well, you're thinking Medicare. That's when you qualify for Medicare.
Yeah, that is probably right. That is what I'm thinking.
Right. But no.
Hey, I
55, you can move into the nearest trailer park, play shuffleboard,
All right.
and get your early bird specials and discounts at the movie theater.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
what I mean? Like, this is not the same as it was when that stuff
Well,
came
yeah.
out.
Oh, they also did, they changed the retirement age to 72 now.
Oof.
I thought they upped it to 72.
Well, probably because, I mean, people do want to work longer. And,
Right.
I mean, yeah, people go into a depression after they retire.
They do.
It's
They,
their identity. Yeah.
right. They don't know who they are without a job.
Nope.
So,
Well, us Americans, we all just work, 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 work. All right, so go back to
go back to,
sexual health.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, you can have sex and sexual pleasure your whole life, unless you have a medical reason that you
Right.
can't. you know.
Right. Okay.
But yes, your body is capable.
You may not want to, but
You might
you
not want
can.
to, but your body is capable of enjoying pleasure, whether you're in menopause or not. I mean, I
Right.
know I've heard both sides to the menopause thing because everybody's afraid that once you're in menopause that their sex drive is going to go into the toilet. And
Right.
I always hear both sides. I hear
Hmm.
one that does that for some females that go, and then I hear the other side where some females it goes off the chart. I mean, like they're like yippee, they feel like they're a teenager again when it comes to
Uh-huh.
having sex.
Well, I would like them to do a study on where these individuals are at in their life as well.
But I agree with you. There was more context to it than just your sexual drive. Like
Right.
how's your finances, or your kids still at home,
Right.
stuff like that.
Well, no, not that. That's not what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Finances. I'm talking about uh well, yes, I understand there's stresses that can create an impact. But what I'm talking about is where are you at in life? Are you newly divorced, newly dating? You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay, yeah,
Um, that makes a big difference. Yeah.
yeah, it does. I mean,
Mhm.
if you're on the market, I'm sure you have a different viewpoint. And which is a good point to say about anything. I mean, because there is no 100% answer to it. It does have to do with the whole picture of your life.
Yeah.
How you
It,
are,
the mind is such a powerful thing. I mean,
mhm,
it truly is.
yeah, how
Yeah.
you feel physically, how you feel mentally,
Yep.
whether you are newly separated,
Yep.
whether you met somebody,
You're in a good relationship, bad
right,
relationship, healthy marriage,
right,
unhealthy marriage. Yeah, it all is relevant.
right, all those pieces need to be working
Mhm.
together.
Yeah,
So,
right.
but yes, I agree with you about dispelling that myth. It's a myth. You can,
Mhm.
whoever keeps saying that to you, whether it be a physician,
Ugh.
whether it be your parents, whether it be
Yeah.
some older individual, they're misleading you. It's not,
So, a lot of my clientele is over the age of 70,
okay.
right?
Well, yeah, you're
And
a personal trainer.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they I have some in their 80s that are very happily married and sexually active still with their spouse after 50 or 60 years. I mean, what I think is the problem is a lot of people don't like to envision their grandmother having sex. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why they say, nope, they don't do it.
you don't have to envision that. I
I
mean,
know,
you
but you know
know,
how people are.
yeah. I mean, I understand your point on that. We don't
Yeah.
want to think about, the older generation. I mean, yeah, my dad is
Well,
85, and I don't need to think about him running around naked. Uh,
no, but we do know what happened how STDs were on the rise at what age?
yeah, 65 and older. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, people in those assisted living facilities,
Assisted living.
yeah, so
Yep.
you're getting some love. And
It was
women,
like singles. It was like singles night every night there.
yeah, yeah, so
Yeah, I
right,
know.
right. So STIs were on the rise
Oh,
because the reason they were is because they forgot you still get them even though you can't get pregnant anymore. You can
I
still get
know.
STIs. You still
It's
need to
two
use protection.
two separate things. Two
Oh,
separate things.
right.
Yeah, I know. I like, listen, Casanova. No thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this yeah. I could see like a porn movie starting at the Villages. No. Yeah. Anyway. All right, next question. What any more? What do you think? Did we have
Well,
any
a lot of people were asking questions about the holidays. You
uh-huh.
know, making the comment, am I supposed to, try to have sex because it's Thanksgiving? So,
Uh-huh.
so that means I'm obligated.
Oh,
So,
you mean because they're off of work or
right, right, they're off of work, it's a holiday, they think they need to be grateful for their partner, and one way is to show them, sexual pleasure.
I say no, eat another piece of pie. No, I'm kidding. But I know the opposite where you have family members visiting and people are afraid to be intimate with their partner because they don't want guests and people to hear or if they're staying in someone else's house, they're a little leery to be intimate. Yeah.
Right, because they don't want to be accidentally heard.
Right, right,
Mhm.
right.
Even though it's funny how we're quiet. Let me put it another way. If you're seriously with somebody, if you're long-term partner or you're married or whatnot, it's
Yeah,
funny how we're quiet about that part, even though we're allowed to be doing that in our own privacy. You know,
right, right. Some
I mean,
people are just quiet. It's not natural for them to make any noise, you
right,
know?
yeah.
Yeah,
But actually, making noise helps with the pleasure, in case anybody was wondering. But
I think
making
I think
noise,
so too.
yeah, it helps you feel it, you know.
Yeah,
It,
I think you're in the moment more.
hmm right.
Which brings me to another topic where one woman wrote to us saying that that her husband enjoys dirty talk and she enjoys listening, but she is hesitant to s- talk back because that's just not natural to her,
Right.
you know. Um, and how do you teach somebody to be more natural? I mean,
Well, one thing to do in that case, if she wants to, we call that role playing. So
right.
really, in that moment when he's talking that way, he's playing a role when
Yeah.
he's not, whatever his name is, he's not being that person. He's being the sexual part of himself.
Right.
He's
Right.
allowing that to come out by talking that way. So
Yeah.
when you do, so she would have to give herself the permission to role play. And one way to do that is just to do it little by little. Just say
Mhm.
one
Mhm.
sentence and then try it again next time. Don't
Right.
try to do it all at once. Just slowly, work your way in,
Mhm.
and what aspect of it would you like to be doing? What would turn her on? Like maybe if they dressed up and she was in an outfit prior to, that would help her get more in the mood to play.
Right. Like exactly. Like this
Right,
is what you're setting the tone for and
right.
yeah. Um yeah, I think that's great advice. If you try just saying a little bit and then it'll start to become more natural. There's a lot of things that we learn that aren't necessarily they feel uncomfortable at first, you know?
I have to add the other side to it. If her partner is asking her to be that way, then he has to reassure her when she does it.
That's
Because
true.
if it's not, that way she's more comfortable. So if he says after the fact that really turned me on when you said that sentence, whatever it was,
Yeah.
thank you, I appreciate that. That helps her say, okay, I feel more comfortable doing that because you received it in a positive way.
And
So,
also at the same time, do not be critical.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
do you hear my cat? Do you hear
What's
that?
happening?
That's my cat
She
coughing.
yakking up a hairball? What's
I
happening?
have no idea. Yes, do not be critical ever.
Like, don't make fun of someone when they
Yeah,
do finally like, I like the more you talk, the better. You know what I
right.
mean? Not let's not, I don't wanna, I don't want not incessant nonstop talking, but
But
yeah, right,
yeah, you like the flirting and the seduction of it.
right.
Is that
But
what you mean?
do you need to go check on your cat?
No, I think she's been doing that for a while now.
Maybe you wanna give her some hairball remedy, maybe?
No, there's something going on with her nasal passage.
Oh, she's sneezing.
We don't know
Uh-huh.
what she's doing, but we've had her chat, but no one, the veterinarian said there's nothing they can do to help her. It's just something she could be doing. She's
She has
13.
she has allergies.
Yeah, she's 13. It's just
Oh, poor baby. Yeah.
mm,
Is this Blue?
Goldie.
Goldie. She's had some trials and tribulations, but we
Yeah.
won't discuss those. Anyway, um, anyway, we
We're
will
not
not
here to
discuss.
talk about my pets.
No, we are not. No. But I do like the aspect that people need to be aware because when you're with someone for a long time, we have a tendency to be a little bit more critical.
Yeah,
And then we pick fun or we'll say and then we say just kidding. But in all actuality, you're not. You know,
yeah.
it's not funny. And if somebody goes outside of their box, you accept it and like it, you know. Otherwise, you're never going to get nothing after that.
But because that will be a trail, they'll be afraid, you
Yeah,
know.
they'll be afraid.
Mhm.
Exactly. Right. Right.
But I mean, if
Yeah.
you're naked, obviously you're vulnerable.
You
So
you think?
yeah, so let's
Yeah.
make sure we watch our P's and Q's.
Yeah, exactly. Let's try to give more affirmations and be
Mhm.
kind and yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It's not the
actually,
time to be critical.
but not at all. Not even a
Yeah.
little bit. Not
Yeah.
even,
No.
not nothing. No
No,
criticism.
don't even talk about a hair out of place. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Hmm.
Tell him he needs to, maybe clip his toenails tomorrow. I'm kidding. I can't help myself. I can't. I don't. I've never done that. I haven't, but I'm just saying. I'm just giving advice.
Oh, he needs to
Yeah.
put more deodorant on tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
He needs to brush
Tomorrow.
his teeth tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Or not today. Right.
Or she needs to brush her teeth,
Or she,
but
yes,
she
right.
needs to do a better job of washing her body and her privates.
Oh, Lord help us. If
And
that, no.
please do not put soap in your privates. I keep hearing this over and over that people are
What do you
so
mean? They put it in there?
yes. You do,
In?
yeah, in the vagina, in the,
That-
around it, around the
Well,
vulva. No soap, none. Do
Well, I mean, if I use a washcloth or a scrubby things, and if it's on there, I'm just going, but I don't purposely spend a lot of time with soap down there. You know
right,
what I mean?
right. If it's on
Yeah.
there, it's on there, but it should not be soap in that area. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not.
Right.
You don't need to wash it like you wash your armpits.
Right.
Totally.
Exactly.
But people are
Right.
still thinking they're supposed to do that. No.
Well, that's always been a concern with women. Is do I smell right? Do I taste right? It's always that's a for. I mean, this has been going on forever.
Mhm.
Yeah. if there's nothing wrong with you down there,
Right.
that you taste the way you taste, you smell the way you smell,
Right.
and be good with it.
Right. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
put perfume there, nothing.
No, no.
And-
It'll cause more problems.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
I know. You know, when men start slapping deodorant and shit around their balls, you know what I mean? I'm serious. Like women, we need to stop worrying about that. You know, stop worrying about that so much.
mhm.
Men, they do not worry like that. And I know it's because we've been criticized and, way more than men ever have. I know that, but we just have to be more comfortable with ourselves. It's
Yeah,
easier said than done.
yeah, I agree. But back to that question about because it's Thanksgiving, should I,
Yeah,
try to please my partner? And yeah, I mean, if that's your way of showing your gratitude, your thankfulness is by pleasing your partner, then go for it. But
yeah,
do it because you want to.
yeah. Not because you have to.
Right.
I mean, personally, I'm waiting till Christmas, but no. I mean, no, if you want to, go for it, even if it's the day before Thanksgiving, yeah.
But yeah, definitely. But do it because you want to give them attention and show
Right.
love and all that stuff. Not,
Not because you feel obligated or something, yeah.
right, right. Because sex and intimacy should be, both people wanting it and appreciating it and, relishing in what's happening.
Right.
Not laying there going, when's this gonna be over with?
I know.
Make sure
Yeah,
and always consent, consent, consent.
right. I mean, don't just do things because you feel like you have to. And if you are, then maybe go speak to someone. Maybe it could be better. Maybe discuss it with your partner. Maybe it could be a lot better.
But
Open
yeah,
the lines of communication. I think that's important.
yeah. And then and never talk about it in the bedroom.
Yeah, not a good idea.
The bedroom should be a safe place.
Mm,
You don't want to
yeah,
walk there thinking, oh, I'm about to be criticized, or this is a
right.
room where I get judged, or this is a room where we argue. You want this room to be where you're connected to your partner and you sleep. Period.
Right. And also because it only really takes once for somebody to just feel w- that that bad feeling associated with it, and they don't want to do it. They don't want to be. Yeah, you have to be careful. We all have to be careful.
So our next podcast is on December 6th. And it's at 4 p.m. this time. And our guest is Dr. Viviana Coles. Most people might know her from the TV show. It just left me. When,
Uh-oh.
thank God.
Oh dear.
When you
Viviana
first,
Coles, but
you,
let's talk about what is that? Is that a Tuesday? Tuesday,
yeah,
4 p.m.
it's a
Eastern
Tuesday.
time?
Tuesday,
Okay.
December 6th. It's a new time for Viviana. I think it's
Okay.
a married show. First, get married. I don't remember. But she was one of the people on the show. And she has a new book out. And we're going to talk about her book.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about she was the marriage relationship counselor on was it Love at First Sight?
Maybe.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, look it up because
I'm
I
looking it
want to
up.
say married at first sight, but
Well, or Married at First Sight. That's it. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
to be
the
honest.
TV show. She's not on it now, but she was for
Okay.
several seasons.
And I and I also believe that Married at First Sight, yes, that she was also on, she, did, like, the celebrity edition of Marriage Boot Camp. Did she do that too?
Yeah, that I'm not aware of, but her new
Okay,
book is called Four Intimate Styles, and
okay,
it's a very good book. And
okay.
I do recommend it for anybody who likes to read about this.
4 Intimate Styles.
Yes.
Okay.
So, we'll talk about it with her when we meet with her in 3 weeks.
Mhm.
But hopefully everybody can, and if you want to send in questions for her, you can. As long as you're a subscriber, we'll make sure to ask her.
Right.
So if you want your questions answered, with Viviana,
By
become
whom is going to answer?
become a subscriber. And
Mhm.
then you can send it to your questions to her to feedback at Kiss and Tell Magazine. And if you're on
So
the subscriber list, we'll make sure she answers them.
so if you want a question to be answered by Dr. Vivian Coles, please send that in to us
Yes.
at
Feedback.
feedback at kissandtellmagazine.com.
Correct.
And depending on how many we get, we will do our best to have her answer that question December 6th at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
I think that's great.
Yeah. And we're looking forward to it. That's in
Yeah,
3 weeks.
give us some good questions. We need some. They're
Yeah,
all good. I'm
we
kidding.
like
I'm
all
kidding.
the questions.
They're
We
all good. Yeah.
the only problem is we only do the show for half an hour. We might think about in 2023 having a longer show.
It goes by very quickly,
It does.
especially when you have a special guest, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm talking about me.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, it does go by quickly talking to you.
Oh, yeah. I was just trying to see if that was her on the celebrity marriage boot camp that was on VH1 and
Was
I
it her?
can't
You ever see it?
I know. But I do I don't know why I think it was.
Well, she's also a therapist in Houston. So,
Yep, I see that. Yep. Mhm.
but
Not just counselor to the stars.
no.
Mm, yeah.
So we'll see everybody in 3 weeks and have a happy Thanksgiving and happy holiday.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yes. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.